Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a focused look at Jeanne McPhillips. She's a digital and innovation executive.
Right.
And our goal really is to unpack what makes her potentially such a strong leader for, a fashion retail brand today.
Especially in this digital landscape.
Exactly. And particularly thinking about Gen Z, right? As customers, but also as future employees.
Yeah, it's a critical angle.
So we've pulled together the key highlights from her career, basically giving you a shortcut to understanding her core strengths.
Exactly. We're not just listing things. We want to really get into the why behind her experiences. And what could her background mean for a fashion brand that's looking to innovate?
Okay, sounds good. Let's get into it. Her career path is definitely quite varied.
It is.
Right now, she's a professor of business innovation at SCAD. That's the Savannah College of Art and Design. Been there since 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, she had some pretty major leadership roles in retail. VP of Digital Commerce at Ascena Retail Group, specifically for Dress Barn, and also at Overstock.com. Plus, VP of Business Development at a place called Fashion Tech Consumer Research. That mix feels important.
It really does. That combination. High-level corporate work, driving results, and now this academic role, shaping future leaders. It gives a fascinating perspective.
Yeah, it suggests she's not just about execution, but also really tuned into emerging trends and the talent coming up.
Totally. And don't forget the foundation. Before the VP roles, she was deep in merchandising, buying Macy's, Lord & Taylor.
Right. Big name.
And brand management at L Brands for Express. Plus, the academics back it up. MBA from Wharton Marketing and Entrepreneurship. Bachelor's from William & Mary. It's a solid base.
Okay, so let's zoom in on that digital commerce leadership piece. At Ascena, with Dress Barn, sounds like she came in specifically to boost their digital side, which was underperforming, apparently.
Yeah, that was the mission. And it seems like she made a pretty quick impact, integrating new tech, the practical stuff, payments, fit tools, assortment planning.
And the result, a 50% increase in digital commerce revenue under her leadership.
Wow. Yeah, a 50% jump. That's not just tweaking things. That points to effective team leadership and really knowing how to drive those online sales.
And what about market reach?
Well, this is also pretty impressive. She doubled their market penetration. Doubled it. From 6% to 12% in less than a year.
How?
Through third-party partnerships. So a smart, strategic way to grow quickly.
Yeah,
leveraging others.
That shows resourcefulness. And I saw something about a dashboard. Yeah.
The Senior Leadership Dashboard. She developed that to track how the digital strategy was actually being implemented.
And that data-driven approach paid off.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Led to another $10 million in revenue growth.
Yeah.
That focus on metrics, on seeing the results, is so crucial.
Definitely. And it wasn't just high-level strategy, right? She also got into the user experience.
Exactly. Focused on UX innovation for key categories like denim and pants. And that drove a 7% year-over-year comp increase for back-to-school sales.
So it's about understanding how people shop online, what makes them click buy.
Precisely. Translating those insights into things that actually improve the bottom line. And you see similar capabilities at Overstock.com, too.
Okay, tell me about that. Big numbers there.
Yeah, big scale. She led growth initiatives for furniture-adjacent categories. We're talking over $550 million in business.
Wow.
And achieved a 50% revenue increase there, too. Again, through innovative category plans, UX design, leading a team of 40 merchants. That takes significant strategic thinking.
And the tech side, I heard she worked closely with developers.
Oh, yeah. Collaborated with, over 300 developers, 300, to roll out their own proprietary marketplace platform.
It sounds like a massive project.
Huge. And think about the SKU count. She doubled it. From 750,000 to over 1.4 million products online.
Managing that complexity.
Right. And that collaboration with the Agile tech teams, it apparently captured an additional 50% in sales profit. So she could really bridge that gap between the business side and the tech side in e-commerce.
Which is often a challenge.
A huge one. And let's not forget the partnership side there, too. She negotiated some big licensing contracts, NFL, Warner Music, PBS.
Interesting. So leveraging established brands to broaden their reach.
Exactly. It shows a sharp understanding of brand partnerships, attracting new customers. Plus, she even led a major brand campaign refresh at Overstock. So it's a holistic view of the brand.
Okay, this is all very solid corporate retail experience, but let's pivot to what feels really unique. Her current role at SCAD.
Yes, this is where things get really interesting for understanding her potential now.
Because it's not just teaching, is it? It's 5 years of actively working with, shaping, inspiring what, over 4,000 creative business students?
Many of whom are Gen Z.
Exactly. So she's right there, interacting daily with that demographic.
She's not just reading reports about Gen Z, she's in the conversation, understanding their values, how they think, how they consume, what they expect from employers firsthand.
And the curriculum she's involved with, Web3, metaverse, social strategy, entrepreneurship, these are the frontiers, right? Especially for engaging Gen Z.
Absolutely. These aren't just abstract topics for her. Look at the NFT incubators she built with upperclassmen.
Right. Focus on Web 3.0 businesses, valued at over $10 million.
Yeah. That's real-world application in a super cutting-edge space, driven by Gen Z talent she's mentoring.
That's hands-on. And she advised the SCAD UX design and fashion student community, too.
Which led to a 50% jump in participation at their startup event in 2022. So she's actively fostering that entrepreneurial spirit and design thinking within that generation.
Gives her such direct insight.
And there was that brand studio pilot, too, connecting alumni startups with students for social media strategy, customer acquisition.
Creating like a feedback loop.
Exactly. It keeps her immersed in what actually works now in digital strategy, especially tactics that resonate with Gen Z. That direct interaction, that's a real competitive edge in understanding them.
Absolutely. Okay, so beyond the core digital commerce, what about broader business development? Her time at Fashion Tech Consumer Research seems relevant there.
Definitely. She forged a key partnership there with Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, their Open Minds platform.
And that drove growth.
Big time. Grew the firm's business by 30%. That shows a real knack for identifying and building high-value strategic alliances.
And she worked with startups, too.
Yeah, developed go-to-market strategies for various fashion tech startups, B2B, B2C, even B2B2C models. Shows versatility.
So she understands different business models within that tech space.
Right. And she led business development for a digital fashion research platform, even launched a whole new financial services vertical for them. Again, spotting and acting on new market opportunities.
Okay, let's talk leadership skills explicitly. We saw the results at Dress Barn, at Overstock. Clearly, she can lead teams to hit big revenue goals.
No doubt. And the experience coaching cross-functional teams, building those external relationships with vendors and partners, those are fundamental leadership skills in retail.
And the SCAD role itself is leadership, right? Empowering future leaders.
Absolutely. Guiding and developing talent is huge.
Yeah.
It doesn't just keep her current, it sharpens her ability to, communicate a vision, inspire people, nurture potential, all critical for leading inside a fashion brand.
So if we pull this all together, what's the unique advantage Jeanne McPhillips offers a fashion retail brand? It feels like a combination of things.
It really is a synergy, I think. You've got the deep, proven experience in digital commerce, business development, specifically in fashion retail. Check.
Right. Driving revenue, successful digital strategies, check.
But then you layer on this current deep immersion in the academic world, working directly with Gen Z at GrafCAD.
On cutting-edge stuff like Web3, social strategy.
Exactly. That gives her this unique, super timely understanding of that generation, not just as consumers, but as the future workforce, the future talent.
Yeah, that's the kicker. It's not just reading about them, it's knowing them.
So her experience bridges industry and education in a way that positions her as genuinely forward-thinking. She seems capable of anticipating trends, not just reacting.
And those certifications, design thinking for innovation, the LVMH one, they just underscore that commitment to innovation in fashion.
Right. It's not just about managing the present, it's about understanding and shaping the future. That dual perspective on Gen Z consumer and employee makes her potentially very valuable.
Okay, summing it up, Jeanne McPhillips brings this really robust history in digital commerce, strategic growth, and crucially, this incredibly relevant firsthand insight into Gen Z from her current work at SCAD.
Yeah, it's a powerful mix. Established industry know-how combined with a real connection to the next wave. She could be a truly transformative leader for a fashion brand looking for digital leadership and a forward-looking vision.
Which leads us to our final thought for you, the listener. Given how fast digital is changing and how influential Gen Z is becoming, how could someone with McPhillips' specific blend of corporate and academic experience really set a fashion retail brand up for long-term success?
What kind of innovative strategies might she push forward, knowing the next generation of consumers and employees so deeply?
Definitely something to think about. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.